In this video, we will have a look at service blueprinting. What is service blueprinting? It's basically a picture or a map that visually displays the service by, at the same time, depicting the process of service delivery, the points of customer contact, the role of customers and employees, and the visible elements of the service. What are the components of a service blueprint? In essence, customer actions, front and back office contact employee actions, support processes, and a list of physical evidence. There are also three distinct lines. The first one is the line of interaction that separates customer actions from the front office contact employee actions, and also a line of visibility that separates the front office from the back office employee actions. And then the last one, the line of internal interaction separating contact employees actions from support. There are 6 major steps that you need to consider when you plan to build a blueprint. The first one, you need to identify the process you want to blueprint. Either you can have a broad view for your entire service or focus on each individual aspect if you offer different services. Step 2 is to identify the customer or customer segment. Then step 3 is to map the process from the customer's point of view, while also in step 4, map the contact employee actions, the onstage and backstage, and also the technology actions if applicable. Step 5 is to link contact employees or contact activities rather to needed support functions, and then the last step is to add evidence of services at each customer action step. Now let's have a look at one example. We will have a look at the example of McDonald's drive-through so that you can understand the true meaning of designing a blueprint with this example. This is a guideline that you can use to design your own blueprint. So the white spaces, and on the left margin you will see the fundamentals of the blueprint. So physical evidence, customer actions, the 3 lines that separate each, front office and back office employee actions, and support processes. Now, if we consider the drive-through concept, what are the physical evidence elements that you need to consider? First of all, there needs to be a menu, a drive-through menu specifically. Then the window for the customer to place their order and to make the payments, and also the window for collecting and also the packaging of the food items, for example, and the food itself. What is the responsibility of the customer or customer actions? They will drive up to the shop, so in this case McDonald's. They will decide what to order, they will place the order, they will pay for the order and receive the order, and hopefully not complain. Front office employee actions, they will take the order, receive money, and hand over the order. Now sometimes with a drive-by situation, or drive-through, not drive-by, you have where they are short-staffed. So the front office employee might also be the back office employee. So they will take the order, go back to the kitchen, prepare the order, and then also hand over the order. But mostly, in most scenarios, there is a distinct line between the front office employees who just take the orders and payments, and the back office kitchen staff who will then prepare the food. So back office employee actions, they will keep the menu updated. That's the back office. It can be management. They will also, in some instances, communicate the order to the kitchen if there is another level in the assembly line, and then also prepare the food, so the kitchen staff as back office employees, and also place it in the packaging, then also take it to the front office employees to hand over to the customer. Then we have support processes for all of this to take place. So the systems for the orders, and also the app where people can order. Then also the delivery team is very vital here. The equipment that they need in the kitchen, and also the desks, the order counter, the cash registers, and so forth. These are all support processes to make sure this service can take place. This is a very broad example, but there are so many other elements you need to consider for your specific service. I tasked my students to design their own service blueprints so I can understand if they know exactly how to follow this process, and I would like to refer to 3 specific examples so that you can also understand these specific differences or different blueprints to be able to design your own from a different perspective. So we're looking at a university cafeteria, a car wash, and Woolworth self-checkout, self-service checkout. And I would like to credit Amod, Jenkinson, and Ueckermann for their service blueprints, which I used without their permission, but I think they will be very happy to know that their service blueprints were the best. So hopefully if you watch this video, you are smiling inside. Right, so university cafeteria example. If we have a look at the physical evidence, you will think of the menus, the merchandise, the condiments, the food, the menu, the prepped food, the grills, the cleaning agents, the several examples that is physical evidence for the university cafeteria. So there's also tables, chairs, booths, and so forth. What is the customer action? In this case, the students will arrive in the cafeteria, they will sit down or they will go and order the club sandwich. They will receive the food, pay for the food, go sit at the booths, for example. That's what they will do to receive their service. The on-stage or front office employee actions, they will order or take the order from the students. They will communicate the order to the kitchen staff, to the back stage or back office employees. They will collect the payment and they will also then hand over the order to the students. Once they communicate it to the kitchen, so then backstage or back office employee action, so they will prepare the food. They will also order the supplies if they run out of potato chips, and they will also wash the dishes and dispose of the garbage. Support processes, payroll, they have to make sure that's in order, otherwise no one will pitch up for to make food. Also the suppliers, and then the list that they need to keep track of the supplies and suppliers, the information system and the ordering system that they use to generate basically the orders, and the point of sales system, and also then the waste disposal or bins or whatever the case may be. This is a great example of a university cafeteria. Now, of course, there are other examples, but this is quite a few. Looking at a car wash, some of it is cut off, but we can manage. If we have a look at physical evidence, this specific car wash works with a token that they give to the customers to know where they are in line. Then the physical car wash building or location, and then a receipt for payment is physical evidence of this car wash taking place. Then customer actions, so they visit the car wash, they wait in line, they receive a car wash, and they pay for a car wash. The front office contact employees, usually this person will book the car in and receive the payment, and also instruct back office, which are then the workers or cleaners, for the specific, whether it's a full wash or only an outside wash, or whether it's a dirty car and it's a bit more, and specific instructions. And if it's a smaller operation, the front office can do both. The same as with McDonald's, we're short-staffed sometimes. They can take the instructions for the car wash and also then start doing it themselves. Depends on the scale of the operation. But then they will also receive the payment. Back office employees will basically then handle the tokens and make sure you follow the assembly line and do it in the specific or correct order. And they will also prepare the equipment in the mornings to ensure they are able to service a lot of customers throughout the day, and do stock take and actually wash the cars physically. Support processes would be the tokens or numbers that are distributed to the customers, the pamphlet with the service options or the payment boards with the prices need to be updated, and then, for example, the soap bucket sponges, and making sure the equipment like the vacuums and stuff are still being serviced and operational. So this is a nice example for a car wash. So the essence of a blueprint is to understand with these 5 elements and the lines of interaction, visibility, and internal activity exactly what to expect or how a service is offered and who is responsible for what. The last one is SelfService at Woolworths, which is a grocery retailer. Physical evidence is the building, the goods on the shelf, so the products, and then, for example, if they paid a receipt of the groceries. Customer action would be entering Woolworths or visiting the building. They choose the goods to buy, the products they add to the baskets, and then move along to the self-checkout and go through the process and make the payment. Then the front office employees, since they are not as involved with the payment because it's self-checkout, but if there's an issue with the payment system, they step in to assist there. But they also greet the customer and sanitize them at the door, and also floor staff to help them find goods if a customer can't find it, and then supervising self-checkout for easy access if needed. The back office contact employee action, so they make sure that the system, the self-service system, is being serviced and operational. They make sure the software and the IT behind that is still working, so the barcode scan correctly and so forth. Then also making sure that the shelves are stacked and that all products are available, so ordering stock as well, and making sure everything is priced correctly. They can also make sure the payment processing is up to standard and that it works correctly. Then the support processes, making sure the environment is clean, and then also the stock ordering system. So you can basically have a system to check how much of what is left, and then that system needs to be maintained. And based on that system and availability, the back office employees can order the stock that is a bit low. And then they also have to make sure the self-checkout computer and card machine, or the payment process machine, that is a support process, but also that is working perfectly, and ensuring that if it's wireless, that continues to work. So this is an example for Woolworths. Hopefully, after watching this video, you should be able to use the guideline and design your own service blueprint, basically for any service, in terms of physical evidence, customer action, front and back office employee actions, and then support processes. Thanks for watching.